Hello friends, this is Neel here from Neel.edu technology. So last class we have discussed a couple of domains and a single forest we have created. So unfortunately last video we could not able to make audio on those videos. So now I have started audio with video both. So I can repeat for all infrastructure which I have created already. So quickly we can walk through for previous session. So this infrastructure I have created multi-domain environment in a single forest. Okay. In this video, you will learn so how do you create a new forest. Okay. Once root is installed, verify the parameters to run a AD properly, Active Directory properly. Okay. So you can see that create a new domain, create a domain controller. Okay. And you can rename the default site as a Bangalore, and you can create additional domain controller. So I have already created video without audio, so you can reference this session with the previous sessions. So we have configured proper IP address for all the domain controllers. First root DC we have given the 10.1.1.1, and the DNS IP address we have given the 10.1.1. So very important, in this machine also we have created one service called as RRAS. For routing purpose we need another network or another domain to communicate via routing. So in this root DC we have created for a couple of virtual network card to provide IP address for the respective locations name called as a Chennai network, UK network, and Canada network. Okay, so you can add the later additional net NIC while creating a new DC in different site. I have already created a previous session. This is a root DC, and this is a different domain, and one more site Chennai DC and additional domain controller. Today I am going to explain you another domain is going to create that called as a tree domain. So last class we have created here. Uh, this is I have written for till now we have completed root DC, ADC, and Chennai DC. This is a three domain controller. All domain controllers are in single domain. Okay, so now we had one forest, one domain, two sites, three domain controllers. How it is happening here, just you can see in the root DC. I'm going to log in now, right? So you can see here. Okay, you can see the complete infrastructure of Active Directory. So you can go to the once again dsa.msc, dsa.msc. So when you open this console, right, when you click on domain controller, so these three domain controllers I've created. The basically first domain controller is a root DC. Additional domain controller is another domain controller based on the same site, which is Bangalore, BNG, and another domain controller in different sites. You can see in site console dsi.msc the shortcut command. When you open the this dsi.msc called as Active Directory Sites and Services. Okay, so in this site you can see all the domain controllers with respective sites. The by default that site is not created as a Bangalore. We have renamed, which is default site. As I mentioned here, you can see. I'll now start promoting another domain controller. How to create a child domain. So you can see here the rename default site to Bangalore. This is I have renamed as a Bangalore existing. In this Bangalore, you can see the two domain controller, and this is properly replicating my domain controller to both the DCs. Now you can see one more site we have created, Chennai DC. For this site, Chennai DC IP address would be CHN network, which is 20.1.1.2. This IP address has been provided in virtual network for root DC IP address. You can see here ncpa.cpl. Just I'm repeating the last class, which is not audible previous video. Just I'm showing the repeatedly again. So this CHN 20.1.1.2 and 255.0.0. The respective machines has been created here in Hyper-V Chennai DC. You can log in here. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this machine IP address you can see 20.1.1.1 ncpa.cpl. Here properties. You can go here 20.1.1.1. 2 has to be provided for default gateway, otherwise it will not going to ping, because I have created router in the root DC. So that root DC becomes a, in that NIC become a default gateway, and DNS still I can use for in a root DC. So ultimately both has to be communicate. That's what I created already in this machine active directory. You can see here in the domain controller, whatever object we created here, that should be get replicated to root DC. You can also connect from here as well. Right click, change domain controller. You can see that all online here. You can connect any of the domain controller root DC. You can connect in one of the domain controller, additional domain controller. You can connect another domain controller called as a existing ADC, sorry, Chennai DC, right? And also we created another domain in existing forest. This is site I explained for another site here, right? The important point here, when you are creating another site of within a domain, you have to create a site and as well as create a subnet. Very important. Until and unless you are not going to create a new site and a new subnet for another site, the domain controller will not be going to communicate with your root DC, because network has to be properly configured in Active Directory properties. You can later, in if it the domain controller same range, you can move for another site if that site is the same range of IP address. But now in this scenario we have taken the different range of NIC network card and locations, and there we are building the domain controller. That domain controller has to be defined which location has to be belongs to. So in Active Directory perspective, I have created a separate site for this in Active Directory sites and services. You can see here in sites, the name I given the Chennai. This server folder will be created by default. And once you created domain controller in the Chennai DC here, the automatically based on this range of IP address, it should search where I need to be sit and belongs to site, and that Active Directory get authenticated to the Chennai site. So you can see here one of the Chennai site, then domain controller will come here. And also shortcut you can able to see in Active Directory user and computers. These are all, you can see the site and Chennai site, you will get it defined details, right? So you have to be create a new site as well as the relevant subnet has to be created. So this IP address I have given. In the real environment, network team will provide the network address. So the for lab purpose I'm creating all the network infrastructure and communication everything. So you no worries about in a real environment. There is separate network team will be there. They can provide a network address for to creating a subnet. So we have completed root DC, ADC and Chennai DC in a single domain. Also we have completed another domain. Okay, so now basically we have three sites now. Okay, two sites now and three domain controller. Two sites means Bangalore and Chennai. And Bangalore we have a two domain controller here. Bangalore we have two domain controller and one is Chennai. So three domain controller here, and we have two site now, which I explained till now. So last class I have also created another for start creating another UK as a new child domain. New child domain that's been already created. So I have created already child domain, and the three domain today we are going to create. I will show you how to create, how to belongs to with respect to sites as well as. Okay, so I'm going to explaining for the new domain, child domain again. So the one more machine for I have created as a UKDC, right? And you can see this IP address also have a different range of IP address. Password has been expired. Sorry. Right? Okay. You can see this machine IP address, what ranges I have defined here. Okay. You can see here UKDC new child domain 30.1.1.1 for IP address of routing IP address. Okay. You can see go to ncpa.cpl. This is UK network, right? This IP address I have given here. Properties 30.1.1.2. The same range of IP address you need to provide in UK. So we can go and check it here in cpa.cpl, right? Go to the properties 30.1.1.1, 1.2 for default gateway, and here this is a different domain, and you can use for your own DNS IP address. DNS here, right? This is your IP address. 10.1.1. I have given for the reference of as alternative server root DC. This has to be provided to resolution of your naming conversation. Okay, again the same IP address I have given to there as well in root DC with the root IP address here. Properties 30.1.1, right? You can see here. Fine. Now, so again network part is completed with the network configuration in UKDC, and also Active Directory perspective you have to create a site as well as the subnet. As I told you, each site you have to create a subnet. 34 belongs to which site? Chennai site. 30 belongs to in a UK site, and 20 belongs to Chennai site, right? And after installation of Active Directory, and that server belongs to UKDC. Now the infrastructure side, it is how many domains now? You have two domains in a single forest, and three sites, four domain controller, right? So for example, you can see here, now I have one domain, right click here, change domain, browse. You have two domain now, right? And in this two domain, I have how many sites? One, two, three sites. And how many domain controllers are there? You can see here, you can one within a domain, three domain controller, another domain in a one domain controller. How do you see that one? Go to right click here, change domain, browse. You can connect uk.neel.edu. You can see here we have one domain controller. Always that different domain should be different domain controller. In the site name you can able to see here. Also overall, when you talk about forest level, you can go to gpmc.msc. This is my forest name. And when you talk about domain level, I have a two domain. When you go to the show domain, you can see the two domains. One is a root domain, other one is child domain. So in this domain, I have a three domain controller with the two sites, Bangalore and Chennai. in this domain I have one site that is same UK and one domain controller. So as if now in a single forest, in a forest, one forest, two domain, two domain, and four site, right? Bangalore, Chennai, sorry, three site and four domain controller. Okay, so this is the infrastructure. Today we are just repeating for the last session because of not audio. So now today what we are going to do for this is we did it now create a new subnet for active directory for UK DNS IP can provide the root alternate. This is done. We discuss now. So today what we are going to do, we will create a new domain for tree domain, right? How to do, what to do, you can I'll explain you. So basically you know what I mean by tree domain. You can give any name of domain name within forest. Now I'm using for Neel.edu for my domain name, right? My domain name is Neel.edu. This is a forest name. So now when you take a child domain, you have taken for the uk.neel.edu. But I don't want to take now Neel.edu. But still you can create a different name of domain name called I can take neelking.com. Neelking.com. So this is a completely different naming convention of your domain name. But maybe you have different business unit and you don't want to willing to create another IT infrastructure, but you want to bring into your own forest or entire existing forest. So that is can be possible, but you should be select for the tree domain with within a forest. You can see how you are going to create it. Again for prerequisites needs to be need to check for network part to ping with the root DC and I call as a Canada network. It is a tree domain is a Canada network, right? Now once pinging, we need to create site in root DC. What is the site name? We call as a can because it's a Canada. And with respect to site, we have to create subnet. So what IP address I'm following here in Canada IP address Canada DC 40.1.1.1. This subnet should be 40.1.1.0/24, right? So hope step by step understanding everyone. So let's watch video later once I upload it. Okay, come to the practical part here how we are going to do. So now I have already uh, uh, my lab. This is my infrastructure already created and created my VMDK in Canada DC3 domain. This is VMDK, right? Let me map here. I click new virtual machine, go next. Okay, create UK DC, sorry, Canada DC. Next, go to the 1 GB memory, select my MyLab virtual switch I created. Here important point, don't go to the create new virtual disk because I have already created for the VSD and use an existing hard disk. Go to browse here. Now go to F drive, MyLab, and go to Canada DC and your hard disk space. Okay, just finish here. This is again just go to start now. Okay, so meanwhile I can fast this video, right? Okay, login now here. Now first point, I'll check for network part. Go to ncpa.cpl, properties, and check IPv6. Sorry, IPv6 properties. Okay, this IP address has to be provided as per my list here. 40.1.1.1. Okay, this IP address has been provided in root DC as a network 4 here in network 4 root DC. First you can give here uh, ncpa.cpl. This is Canada network I disable. Go to properties and check this. Go to following IP address. Remove this 40.1.1.2. That's all. Don't give anything because it's just we need for routing purpose. Make it enable. Okay, now same range of IP address we need to provide in Canada DC, which is 40.1.1. Important, that IP address has to bring as a default gateway, and I can give here my own DNS because the different domain I'm taking here, and I can give for my root DC, as well as you can give for another DNS for to resolution 30.1.1 for child domain. Okay, now after firewall off, this machine should be able to ping all my IP address. Go to firewall, turn off the firewall. Okay, and just you can check 40 IP address should ping 10.1.1.1. Yes, I'm able to ping. 40 range IP address should ping 10.1.2 additional domain controller, and 40 able to ping Chennai DC 20.1.1.2, right, and also 20.1.1.1, and Canada DC IP address is 30 able to ping because I have created router in a root DC, as well as the relevant network card has been created in root DC. Same things, this network IP address has to be ping from root DC. Go to command cmd ping 40.1.1.1. Right, now network part is completed. So come here. Now just meanwhile you can rename the computer important here, and then we can create active directory sites and services, right? So go to the my computer properties. Here you just say that it's in Canada DC. Naming convention is very important. Just understanding purpose I am using for CAN DC. That's all for here. Before going to installing active directory, you have to validate network part, passwords, administrator password, and now machine is able to pinging from there. I name the computer. Now come to the root DC now, and create site for respective. Okay, now we need to create a site. Once pinging, we need to create a site in root DC. Okay, Canada and subnet, where you need to where you are going to create. So please go to sites and services. Here we have already created. Right click the site, new site, create UK. It just use for the following link. Sorry, UK is already created. Canada, okay, click OK. And I told you that earlier, this will be by default created. Each site you have to create subnet. Right click, new site, and what is that range of IP address? 40.1.1.0/24, and you can see here Canada. This has to be selected, right? That's all. So now come back here in Active Directory, and also you can create in this machine ncp.cpl root DC can provide here Canada IP address as well as a alternate server 40.1.1.1 just for naming resolution purpose. Okay, perfect. Now machine is so fine. Control Alt here, password 3. Now this machine we are going to create new domain for tree domain. Okay, just again go to the server manager to create roles and features. Right, add roles and feature. Just wait for 2 seconds. Okay, add roles and features. Go next, go next. Here you can validate your IP address and computer name, and please select second option, sector data driven services as well as DNS service. Next here, just go next, install. Right, and just meanwhile we can. Okay, this first part is completed. You can close here. Now click domain controller, promote domain controller. Now important point here. Now you are going to select add a new domain existing forest. Earlier we created a child domain for UK. Now you have to select three domain. You have only two domains. Either you can create as child domain and other one is tree domain. Many of the corporate environment have a child domains. Okay, this is for you can understand another way can be created as tree domain. So what is the difference between the tree domain here? So when you're talking about tree domain, it's asking you forest name. When you're talking about child domain, it's asking you parent domain name. So it means as a child, it is taking the name. So now you can give the forest name as a Neel.edu. As I said, you can give the any name here, neelking.com. I'm using .com here. This is now edu. You can still can be created for your domain name. So you need to click change here to provide the authenticated for root DC. I mean forest DC. Neel.edu slash administrator and password. Right. Click OK. You can see go next here. This domain is belongs to which site now we have created? Canada site. It should take automatically domain belongs to Canada site. The next step it's going to search for with the specific your IP address. That IP address belongs to which subnet 40.1.1.0 and that subnet is created as a specific site called as a Canada site and there this domain controller has to be fall under this. You can check after authenticated properly it should able to see the site name called as a Canada. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Maybe it's going to check and back end to check the process. Yes, so now you can see here this is a site name here and it should come automatically called as a Canada. This is how it's going to process backend. What we created now for this machine IP address 40.1.1.1 root DC one more NS we have created 40.1.1.2 and both we have tried communicated and After communicated, we have created for the sites and subnet. Then this is belongs to Canada, right? Hope understanding clearly step by step how we are going to creating a different domain in existing forest, right? Provide DSRM password. uh, Password is not matching here. Password, right? Go next here, go next here. So once this is completed, you can see the how the replication is going to happening for this site to another site. So I have given the my domain name as a Neel King, and the NetBias name is going to take neelking.com. So by default database log folder, and you have completely set up. Go next. Wait for 2 minutes, and it will search everything backend for pre-requestized checks. It should work all pre-requested check. Hope it should not give any error in this place, in this page. Okay, so verifying pre-request is for domain controller operations. Now after completion of this domain, yeah, right, I got completed. So I can just click install here. So it will start for the determining replications DC, check forest upgrade status. So overall infrastructure in my environment now, right? You can go here. Let's complete, then we can explain here. Parallel you can talk about here. Now I have information like that. Okay. EF drive, my lab, recorder. Right. Not here. This is paint. Paint. Okay. So this is what we created, one domain and one site. Another domain we created. Today we are going to creating another domain and another site. Okay, this is tree domain. This is tree domain as a Canada.dc, right? Tree domain, and this is this domain controller is this is site called as a can. It's called as a can, right? And this is the domain controller DC. Come back here. Oops, I got some error here. What is this? Security account manager determine the security ID in this computer already in use forest you want to join. This can happen when the restore active directory. Okay, so this is important error, we got it. What we did, because same machines we are following, just we copied, and that is what is given the message. We can run this machine, otherwise all IP address is gone now. Okay, what we need to do is fix this issue. You have to run the syspref in this machine and reboot it. C colon Windows system 32, right? System 32. Here syspref, right? when you run this sysprep, right, you should, when you generalize, when you reboot, again you have to reconfigure everything. So because it's been already created object here, you can come and see media, control delete, right, you can see here that object has been created already, I think. Yes, see, right. Also you can see here, also you can see here tsa.msc, right click, you can see change domain, you can go to here, that is Neel King is already created. So let me check again, it is going to delete now or how it is going to happening. Okay, so rebooting now machine this. Okay, so we're back again. So I think we have to do for reconfiguring all these things because of the system ID duplicate. Oops. Okay, I'm back again. So I have reset the password by using again cd. Okay, so we have to delete this object created. Okay, I think it should be removed from here. Can't be deleted here, just see here. Yes. To handle this object can this contain present domain controllers possible DC. Okay. So now can check again for this command prompt. Okay, just I rename this one so we can create another candies only. Yep. So now we can reboot this machine. Restart it. Let's do it. Okay, let's start again to install new domain.